Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Woltrap here, and I am coming at you with Game 2 of Group C of the Korean Air OSL Round of 16. And this is going to be ZerO versus Fantasy. By the way, so the way it works, in case you guys are wondering why, wait a minute, he just did Group Game 2 just before. How is he doing Game 2 again? Um, the way the OSL works, the MSL does an entire group on the same day. The OSL, rather, has your group of four, and they actually play 2 games per week. So each player is going to play in one of those 2 games every week, such that it's more drawn out over time. So instead of having an entire group on a given day, they have 1 game from each of the 4 groups of the round of 16 on a given day. So for instance, this day they have uh, Flash versus Hiva versus Cal from Group A, Movie versus Washington from Group B, ZerO versus Fantasy from Group C, and then Shine versus GoGo from Group D. So, and then they do 2 games a week. So they do one set on one day, and then a few days later. In fact, I think it's on a Thursday. Yeah, on a Thursday they do. No, I'm sorry. On a Wednesday, yeah, I thought it was Wednesday. On a Wednesday they do one set of games, and then on a Friday they do another set of games, and then the next Wednesday and Friday, and then the next Wednesday and Friday. So it works like that. Anyway, so that's why I'm doing Game 2 of Group C now. I think I did Game 1 of Group C, Calm versus Pure. No, I did not cast Calm versus Pure. Or did I? No, I was. I did 3 of the OSL matches for Wednesday, but I didn't do that one because I think I was eating breakfast or something like that, and I really wanted to watch some StarCraft, and that was the only thing that was available. And so I'm like, all right, well, I'll just watch this game. So it was not available to commentate because I don't like commentating games that I've already watched. Anyway, this is the reason. This game is the reason why I'm casting OSL today, basically, because I wanted to cast ZerO's game, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna cast ZerO, I might as well do the rest of OSL as well. But anyway, Diggity brought up the concept of following a certain player, and he was talking about how maybe so we have so many commentators around, we should follow a certain player, and I don't think it's quite going to work out that way because, well, actually, he was also talking about people following a certain team, and I don't know if he's still doing it, I haven't heard from him, but there was a player, commentator rather, who was just following one team. I don't remember which team it was. Anyway, and just casting all their games. Uh, but anyway, so what the heck, terrorist? Oh yeah, I think Fantasy has a reputation. He's like a nickname of being called a terrorist or something like that. Let me see if the TL page has that listed. So that's why we see yeah, League Terrorist is one of his nicknames. Um, anyway, but yeah, so what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is this season, since we're just getting into the main part of both Star Leagues, the round of 32 groups for the MSL and now the round of 16 for the OSL, I'm gonna follow ZerO through both Star Leagues. I'm gonna follow him till the end. I'm gonna do every game that he plays in both of the individual leagues, and he is one of the well, there's a few different players actually this time around that are in both the leagues. Stork is in both, ZerO is in both. I believe Fantasy is in both. Um, Calm, I think might be. I don't recall. I don't have the MSL groups up in front of me. But there, and Flash of course is in both. J-Dog and Bisu not in both though. Anyway, so I'm gonna follow all the games that ZerO plays, and it should be fun. Anyway, ZerO now is expanding. He's got his pool up. He's got his natural expansion up. He's now gonna expand to that top right, which is very interesting play. That's very kind of risky actually versus Terran. Usually you see them expand to that far location. Well, he may not expand there after all. He's got that drone up there, but he hasn't set down the hatchery yet. He doesn't have enough minerals at the moment. Wait. Yeah, he's almost at 300. We'll see if he drops it down when he hits that 300 mark. And Command Center going down. I think he saw that Command Center. He's going to get his Overlord. Yes. Hatchery goes down. So that's a little bit risky. It's harder to defend against an early push, and that means, when the Terran moves out with their small M&M army to pressure you while you're waiting for Mutalisks, uh, you know, usually you can, if you have your third hatchery in your base, you can just put Sunkens at your natural expansion and uh, and protect against that. But but if you have a third base somewhere else, then you have to protect that as well, and you might have to build Sunkens at both locations depending on where they pressure you. So it can be a little bit risky. But if he can pull it off, that means his third gas is going to come right out of the barrel. Right out of the barrel? Does that even make sense? I don't know why I said that. Right out of lair though, basically. I mean, you know, the mutas are going to come out, and he's already going to have three. Usually the mutas come out, and then you send out a drone to take your third base while you're harassing with mutas. Um, but if you already have the third base, you're gonna get that gas so much sooner, and you can just go straight to getting those lurkers out a lot sooner as well. Anyway, it looks like he might scout that. He's gonna go to the side location. He's wondering where that extra hatchery is. He does not know where the extra hatchery is. He's trying to find it right now. Where is it? And he doesn't know. He's not checking that top right. I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's going to try and come back and check the spire timer or something like that. We have a factory up as well, which is interesting. Academy going down still, so maybe... okay, that's what he's doing. He's checking for the 6 o'clock location. It's not there either, so he has no idea where this extra hatchery is. He knows it has to be around somewhere because he's only seen the 2 hatcheries in ZerO's main. The lair is about to pop here, and he's managed to get away with only making a few Zerglings. Both players have been very unit unintensive so far, making only 4 Zerglings that I've seen and only a couple Marines. Only a couple Marines at that front as well. He may have made more as well. He's probably got 5 or 6 by now, I suppose. But going straight for some tech with that factory. I'm curious if he's gotten a starport when we haven't been looking. Okay, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Marines. 8 Marines. And more barracks. Then there's a starport. Yeah, so I think he probably is going to be going for fast vessels here is the idea. And at this rate, he is going to be able to get vessels out very, very quickly. Probably, I mean, the meter harass will not have been going on for very long, and he'll have radiated already. That SCV got in there. The SCV got in and saw that there's still no third hatchery in the main. SCV, he's checking everywhere for this extra hatchery. He checks the top left, doesn't see it there. He's got to be curious where it is right now, although he could suspect that it's top right at this point because you know, it's nowhere else, and he knows it has to be somewhere. So now he's checking along the top. He's gonna find it pretty soon there. Comm setting, checking what defense he has. Okay, I was trying to pay attention to see if he was macroing or not. I mean, redirecting his barracks there, going for an attack, but he wasn't. He was just macroing through his hotkeys, and now he finds that top right base. Now he sees it there. He knows exactly where his target is going to be. That is going to be the easiest to get target. And now he's moving out with a small group of medic marines here. 3 medics alongside. There's only 2 colonies at the main. And look at this. He's building a den and an extra hatchery in his main base here. He's getting that third gas going as well. Oh my gosh, this is really risky by ZerO. ZerO's playing super risky right now. He's not even making mutas right now. Never mind, there's the mutas. Completely wrong. But a Valkyrie is out. Oh, that's why he was going for the starport. I forgot this is fantasy we're talking about. Fantasy likes to make them Valkyries. And oh man, the Valkyries are going to be able to do a lot of good against these mutas if ZerO's not careful. Oh, get a series of shots off. He's going to take a lot of damage there. He's going to be able to kill off an Overlord now as well. So pretty smart move actually. Fantasy basically, I have to admit, although I don't like him a ton, he made Valkyries. He proved that Valkyries are viable in this game, so good for him. And it's fun to see people use units that are not often used. Anyway, sorry about that. I got excited because I looked around. I didn't see any mutas, and he put the den down. So I was like, oh well, maybe he comsetted the spire, and he decided to fake him out. Anyway, so he's moving out now. ZerO has some Scourge alongside. If he can Scourge those Valkyries, the mutas will still be able to be effective, but it's going to be really difficult to Scourge the Valkyries. I mean, there's a group of an M&M there. He's got them separated, though. If only ZerO knew that they were separated, he could get in behind those M&Ms and